Who's here on Carrie Lampkin?
Your favorite,
Yes, you are.
Good morning.
Good morning. Yes.
That's my favorite process.
Oh, look at this. If that's truly your favorite prosecutor, why are you all not coordinating with your outfits? Your client is, but you didn't get the memo.
No, but my socks match.
Okay.
So Judge, on this, I think it's a discovery setting.
Yes.
I came on the case in December. I asked my paralegal, we checked in January, we had not received discovery. I checked this morning again to see if anything had come in. It has not come
So are
in.
you listed on an Odyssey?
Okay, so I should be. I'll have to go back and check and I'll get that figured out here today, at some point.
Oh, we're gonna figure it out right now. Yeah, you are listed as the attorney of record since December.
Yeah, so I haven't gotten anything, and so I went back and checked even my emails for the JN, for the calls number, don't have anything. But at this point, what we'll do is we'll make another inquiry and see if we can go that route. So I have them to go and request it and see if we get something that way. But Mr. Garahan has shown me by way of evidence that it is in Veritech, so they have put the discovery in there. It's just a matter of somehow my office getting access to it.
All right, so we're gonna, you're all gonna have to do your discovery off docket. This will be the last discovery setting on this case. Ms. Ferguson, I need 30 days on Lampkin for discovery.
March 20th.
All right, March 20th will be your final discovery date. And Mr. Lampkin, thank you for dressing appropriately for court. There's no need for you to wear a tie.
My neck is too big, huh?
No. Oh, no, I was just saying that.
Thank you, Carmen.
You're welcome.
Been great, Jeff.
Have a good one. Who's here on Ray De La Rosa? All right, so Mr. De La Rosa. All right, so State, did you tender an offer?
Your Honor, yes, we have tendered an offer.
Your Honor,
Yes.
currently we're here on a blood discovery order that was signed by Judge Angelini.
Yes.
That's what it was set for. I spoke with the ADA. We're still trying to get compliance on that.
All right, so where's the blood discovery? And this is family violence as well?
It's family violence as well, Your Honor.
So family violence cases, has all the discovery been turned in for those cases?
Yes, state's waiting on.
All right, and State, did you give the defense an offer in those cases?
Yes,
All right, so in those cases, are you requesting a jury trial or is there going to be an agreement?
We're going to request a jury trial, Your Honor.
All right, so in those cases, your plea deadline date has expired. The court will not accept any plea bargain agreements in those cases without good cause. Otherwise, you have to plea open to the court. Do you understand? All right, so family violence, how long do you expect the jury trial to last in those cases?
for the state's case in chief, Your Honor, I would say 2 days.
All right. And which case would you be proceeding on?
I believe that 3 of the cases happened on the same night as the DWI, Your Honor. So,
All right. But I mean, both of them are the same level felonies.
I believe they are, Your Honor.
Okay.
And there's a lot of crossover between the 2 cases, the 3 cases that happened on the night of the DWI third.
Mhm.
Yes, Your Honor, I don't have an answer for that at the moment. I just need a moment to review.
All right. So Norma, on the assault cases, jury trial date, they say 2 days. And could you put it no later than next month? All right. So that's going to be a jury trial date on those cases on March 4th. In those cases, the court will not consider any plea bargain agreements without good cause. Otherwise, you have to plea open to the court. Do you understand? And counsel, in those cases, are you asking for jury trial or bench trial?
It would be a jury trial, Your Honor.
Okay.
And with the DWI third, we're still waiting on the blood discovery. That Judge Angelini had signed order from. I had asked the ADA for guidance on how long it will take them to comply with that.
Mhm.
And that is also part of our defense as well from I believe the 2 cases
All right.
My client has been accused of that night on family violence, so.
All right. So that's going to be set for March 4th, but the family violence cases, those are going to jury trial on March 4th. All right, is there anything else?
Yeah. Your Honor, I believe I would ask the state when I will get my blood discovery. That was signed by the Judge Angelini had signed an order from. Still haven't gotten an answer on when they expect to get me those
All right, when will
results.
that be here, state?
The answer is, I don't know, Your Honor.
Oh.
What I do know is that defense counsel was hired in March of last year. Filed a request for blood discovery that was actually a motion in September, then filed another motion in December, then finally got it signed in January. And the day after it was signed, I sent it out.
Okay.
Okay, Your Honor, and I understand but the state has had plenty of notice on the blood discovery. And we're just asking that we need that for my client's defense. And it does overlap with the family violence cases that he's been accused of as well.
All right, so March 25th, jury trial. All right, thank you.
Okay, and when,
I'm sorry, March 4th.
Your
Thank
Honor,
you.
if we could also get a where did he go?
Oh, he's right there.
Hey, oh, Andy, if you could please come back. Again.
Yes.
When are they? And again, I was asking for guidance from the district attorney's office of when they would give me the blood discovery.
He
I'm
says
not
he doesn't know. And let me just tell you, if you don't have your blood discovery, it's not coming into evidence. This entire DWI or whether or not he was intoxicated at the time of the offense. I don't know why it's taken so long for blood discovery to come through, but this case has been pending for a while. The family violence cases are going to jury trial on March 4th.
Good deal.
All right.
We're
Thank
ready
you.
for that.
Is there anything else?
No, I was just kind of asking the district attorney and he said he doesn't have any interest in getting the blood discovery, so.
I don't think he said he didn't have any interest. I think he said he does not know.
That is correct, Your Honor.
All right. Or has it changed and did I not hear something?
No,
All right. So it's not that he has no interest in it. He
No,
says,
I know, and again, I don't know either. I was just asking if he has like a rough estimate when he could get me the blood discovery, so my expert could review it.
all right, is there anybody you can call state who would know?
I can call Texas DPS Crime Lab and ask them then, but that is the best that I can do.
That's
right.
fine, that's fine.
Okay. All
Thank
right,
you, Your
once you
Honor.
sign the reset form, you
I
excuse.
sure will. Thank you,
All
Your
right,
Honor.
thank you so
Appreciate it.
much. Thank
Have
you
a
for
good day.
dressing appropriately for court, sir.
Thanks.
Who's here on Dylan Jacob Skinner? Morning. Good morning. Yes.
Well, we were here last on the discovery issue. We still have a discovery issue. I have,
There were some corrupted files or something.
right, and
All
I
right.
haven't yet provided them. They're not uncorrupted. I mean, I haven't heard anything. I spoke to the prosecutor. I guess they are requesting them.
Who's the prosecutor? All right, who's the state on Dylan Jacob Skinner?
And we have talked, Your Honor, and I have given them a counter offer that they're considering and they want to talk to the complainant. So there is some stuff going on.
All right, Norman, this case is recalled for Thursday.
Yes.
Okay, that'd be fine.
Thank you.
Judge.
And that will be the final date for you all to come to an agreement if you have one.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
And on my discovery, I'm still looking to.
State,
I'm sorry. Judge.
and also with regards to any discovery, defense counsel with the corrupted files,
Yes, Your
you'll
Honor.
need to bring those DVDs or whatever it is with you to court on that day.
Okay, Judge.
All right, so counsel, if you'll confer with them over what you say you haven't seen.
They already know.
All right, thank you.
Yes, Judge, thank you.
And Deputy Laura Hood needs to be brought dressed. Desiree Castro. All right, so all discovery has been received.
Yes, Your Honor.
And state, did you tender an offer?
We did, Your Honor.
And how old are you?
25, I'm about to be 26 on Friday.
All right, Ms. Ferguson,
Yes, ma'am.
if you were set this for the first week in March for a plea deadline date. All right, so we're gonna bring you back on March 4th for your plea deadline date. The reason why I ask people what their ages are is because I gauge that as far as plea deadline dates, because sometimes you have people before me who are 18 and I know they need a little more time to talk with their attorney about consequences. All right, so we'll bring you back on March 4th and that will be your plea deadline date.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused. And thank you for dressing appropriately for court.
Thank you.
Judge,
Yes.
one matter.
Jose Velasquez Jr. All right, so on this case, where are we on discovery?
Judge, we're gonna need the breath test discovery.
Okay,
All the other videos and everything are uploaded.
all right, there's no blood.
There is no blood.
All right. All right, how long state?
For the breath discovery, Judge, I would anticipate it to take 60 days.
I'm sorry, how long?
60 days.
60 days. What is going on?
Judge, I know, the last time I communicated with DPS, they told me that there were 90 days from receiving the order to provide it on blood, but on breath, yeah, I think it's 60 days.
All right, and where's the order for the court to sign?
I will bring you one, Judge. I apologize.
All right, so here's the thing, that needs to be brought to me, or you can email it through e-discovery. That needs to be done today.
I'll do it.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, give me a 30-day reset. I'm sorry, not a 30-day. Give me a 45-day reset on Velasquez, please. All right, we'll be back on April 3rd. All right, is there anything else?
Judge, I have kind of the standard order that was most of the misdemeanor courts use. If I change the style, is that acceptable to you?
Oh,
Or,
you need to say, see if there's any objection from the state.
okay. All right. I'll find it.
All right, thank you. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, Enrique Hernandez.
Counsel.
Thank you.
May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Anything else? I'll keep up my voice.
Court is calling 2024 CR 0073006 State versus Enrique Hernandez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Andrew Harris.
Right back there.
State.
John Heinrich for Mr. Hernandez.
And are you Mr. Hernandez?
Yes.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do so waive the reading, Judge.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Judge, however, there is one issue that I wish to address.
Yes.
In clause number 581769, the judgment states that the defendant's name is Enrique Tadeo Hernandez. If you look at the SID number and the date of birth for Enrique Tadeo Hernandez, you'll find that they are the same. SID number and date of birth for Enrique Hernandez, indicted under this cause number and charged by information in 359671. So on those bases, we believe that they are the same person.
We have no objections with that finding, Judge.
So do you understand you're charged with driving while intoxicated, third or more? That's a third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Are you a U.S. citizen?
No.
No.
Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 3 years in the prison and the state recommends community supervision. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 3 years. There'll be a TAP evaluation 100 hours of community service restitution, 10 days in the Bear County Jail as a condition of probation, ignition interlock for half the term, 2-year driver's license suspension, DWI intervention, and VIP live. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes.
Then to the offenses charge, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments or review the same. After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
We are, Judge.
All right, state, with regards to the jail time, normally based upon the fact that there is overcrowding at the jail and other health issues, the court will allow the defendant to serve the 10 days on GPS. Do you have any objection to that in this case?
No, Your Honor, I also have no objection if the court wants to hold the 10 days in advance.
All right, thank you. You may be excused.
Thank you, Judge.
No objections, Judge.
All right, and anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, yes, my client is not a naturalized United States citizen. I have concerns that if he is transported to the jail, he will be placed on an ICE detainer and removed.
All right, so here's the thing. This is what I tell people. I look at cases, Mr. Hernandez, on an individual basis. Based upon your status, I won't treat you any differently than anyone else. So, for example, if somebody were to tell me, oh, we can't reach this plea bargain agreement because if we do reach this plea bargain agreement, this person will be deported. In those cases, you know what I say? You either want a jury trial or you don't. So I believe that everyone should be treated fairly. Now, whether or not ICE detains you or pick you up, that is completely up to ICE. This is not a federal court, so I have no control over whether you're deported or not deported. This is just simply a state, I shouldn't say simply, but this is a state court, and I just review the cases that are before me. Do you understand?
Yes.
Now, do you have any children?
Sí.
Yes.
And what are their ages?
20,
20,
17,
17,
12 y 6 años.
12, and 6 years old.
All right. And are you employed?
Sí,
Yes.
And what do you do?
construcción.
Construction.
Okay. All right, this is what the court will do. As previously stated, the court is finding you guilty. The court will sentence you to 3 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 3 years. There's regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home care provider or with minors. Ignition interlock for half the term. There's to be a 2-year driver's license suspension. DWI intervention. VIP live. There's to be a TAP evaluation. Out of custody. Follow recommendations. There should be a referral to felony drug court. Field visits 1 time per month for 6 months. 100 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to order parenting classes. Once he completes parenting classes, that will be deemed satisfied. There's to be 20 days partial GPS. And that will be partial for employment only.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. And there's to be 60 sober meetings in 60 days. Probation, is there anything else that's needed? Thank you. And regular and random UAs. All right, we can go off the record. Normally, what I do say, if people are not here legally, I will tell them they're not allowed as conditions of the probation to re-enter the United States unless they do it legally. But your defense counsel has let the court know that you are actually here legally. So stay out of trouble.
Your Honor, I would like to also tender discovery.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Your Honor, may my client be excused?
Oh, once he goes over conditions with probation.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
May I be excused, Judge?
Yes,
Thank you.
and thank you, sir, for dressing appropriately for court.
Thank you for the court's time today.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Norma.
Your Honor, after, may I be excused after?
Yes.
Probation?
Yes, thank you. You're welcome. Arnulfo Esquivel. All right, so in this case, where are we on the discovery?
Defense counsel believes we have gotten all the discovery that the state has. They have tendered an offer. We have tendered a counter offer, and they're gonna check with the victim to see if it's something that we can do.
All right, how old are you, sir? All right, Ms. Ferguson. Recall this for plea deadline. March 6th. Yes.
And who's this? I'm sorry.
All right, so on March 6th, you need to let the court know whether or not you've reached an agreement. If you don't reach an agreement, your next setting will be a jury trial date. You understand? All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Maybe excused?
Yes. Jeremiah Miller. All right, where are we on this case?
Your Honor, defense has given us a counter offer, and we just need to have a conversation with our defendant to see if that's something we're gonna move forward with.
All right, Norma, recall this for March 6th. That's your final plea deadline date. After that, if you all don't come to an agreement, then you'll be set for jury trial.
Judge, can we do that on March 5th?
No, we can do either March 3rd, March 4th, or March 6th.
Judge, the 6th.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, set that for March 6th plea deadline date.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for dressing appropriately for court.
Good.
Once you sign the reset form, you are excused.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Court is calling 2024 CR 012116, State versus Jose Ovidio. Could I have parties announced for the record? State,
Rick Banion for the state of Texas.
defense,
Ron Ross.
and how do you pronounce your last name, sir?
Oviedo.
Oviedo?
Oviedo.
Oviedo. Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
We're waiving the habitual enhancement, Your Honor.
Any objection?
No objections to that.
All right, sir, did you review the document entitled Court Admonishments and Waivers with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places? You're charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. That's a second-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the plea bargain agreement with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 2 years in the prison. There's a $1,500 fine. Affirmative finding of deadly weapon, no applications. The state will take in consideration 2024 CR 012198. There's an affirmative finding of family violence, and there's to be no contact with the complainants.
Judge, that is the agreement. We were gonna ask the judge to make that a no harmful contact. He has an ongoing relationship with that lady and there's still have.
All right, let me ask you all, is this name spelled correctly? You spell it Adnrea? Is that the way you spell that?
Andrea, Andrea.
Adnrea. Is that the correct spelling?
Misspelled. I'm sorry.
What should it be? What's the spelling?
Andrea.
Any objection to the court making that correction in the plea?
No, Your Honor.
All right, and defense, you're saying that your agreement is not for no contact, it's for no harmful or injurious
Well, it
contact?
is for no contact, but we would ask the court to make a no harmful contact. We will go by that if that's what the judge rules.
Okay.
But we're asking you to make that one exception because he does have a relationship with this lady.
All right, state, do you understand that to be the agreement?
That's not the Commissioner. We're asking for no contact, given the facts and circumstances of this. We ask that the no contact order go forward.
All right, so they're saying that's a part of their plea bargain agreement. All right,
You want to go ahead and go with no contact with her? That's what the plea bargain is.
I mean, that's what I already signed for.
Willing to go on to it. You can always pull back. But you.
all right, let me help solve the problem. State, will you all put this outside your agreement, the no contact?
That's no objection.
All right, so any objection to the court correcting the paperwork to be no contact with the complainants, and that will be outside the plea bargain agreement?
No objection.
State any objection? State any objection? No objection, correct?
Well, Your Honor, and Ashley Jones for the record, for one of the witnesses, it's Andrea Salazar. That one we would ask be above the line and part of our agreement for a no contact order. And I don't think that there's gonna be an objection from defense on that. Isadora, we can make the order.
Yeah, we can. That's acceptable. We'll go on with that.
Okay. Outside the agreement, the state is requesting no contact with Isadora Balderas. Did you understand that's a recommendation from the state and the court does not have to follow that recommendation?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to count one, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty and the court will find you guilty. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
We are, Judge.
All right, state, have you had contact with your complainant?
We've attempted and didn't get any return, Your Honor. We had to leave voicemails.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, anything you wish to say on behalf of your client with regards to the no contact?
Only he represents to me that they have an ongoing relationship. They've had one and he asked me earlier, can I put her on my visiting list here in jail if the judge says no harmful contact? I said, yeah, I think so. And when you go to prison, you can put her on a visiting list if it's no harmful contact. So apparently there's an expectation from him that she will want to come see him. So I'm taking him at his word that they do have a relationship. I also, the phone numbers I had, I left messages and she did not call me back. So I've tried to reach out to her also. And also
Sir.
point out, this is a screwdriver, not a knife, and it was swinging it around. It's a little bit different than.
All right, sir, this is what the court is going to do. As previously stated, the court is finding you guilty. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. There's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon. There's to be no contact with Andrea Salazar and Isadora Balderas. Taking consideration 2024 CR 012198, give you credit for any time served. All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. Anytime you're swinging a screwdriver at somebody or hitting somebody with the screwdriver, it gets to that point of violence in a relationship, not a good relationship. So your relationship with her is over. How old are you?
I am 43.
All right, so you should know better. So that relationship is over. Here's my advice to you. When you're released from the prison, don't immediately get into another relationship because you're not ready for one.
Yes, ma'am.
Buy yourself an orchid. And when you buy that orchid, it comes from the store, it's beautiful, the blooms are on it, right? It's sort of like a new relationship. Everything is new. Everybody's loving each other. The fact that somebody doesn't clean up behind themselves, you think that's so cute, right? Because it's a brand new relationship. Well, what you do is when you get that orchid, once the blooms fall off, and it will, do not get in a relationship until you are able to make that same orchid rebloom. Because when you try to get that orchid to rebloom, it'll teach you patience. Because no matter what you do, sometimes that orchid is just like, no, not blooming. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
All right, thank you,
You're
John.
welcome. State, I need the dismissal, please.
That's right.
Dimitri Laville. So what is happening with this case?
I talked to Rashawn this morning. The probation submitted to the court a request to remove his GPS monitor. And I can relay to the court. I think it's my understanding, Judge, he's been on since August of last year. And he's up to date on probation, done everything.
All right, well, my understanding is that the state is in agreement to removal of GPS, correct, state?
That's what Rashawn had.
Oh, here you
I don't know who she.
Oh, is this? Thank you.
I always like to talk to
Yes,
people.
Judge,
If,
I'm sorry.
Right.
I have it on there as initials.
I always like to have a conversation with people when GPS is removed. It's sort of when you have a child, right? And that child has always been under your care. And then they want to go away to college instead of going to, college that's in your city. For example, instead of going to UTSA, they say, hey, let me go to Austin. And it's sort of, you get this freedom and you don't know what to do with it. So you start doing crazy things. Do not do crazy things. Do you understand? So my understanding is that you've been doing well. You're still living with your mom? All right, that's good. And you're going to Center for Healthcare Services? Taking care of everything? Any issues? Anything you need from the court? All right, stay on track. Do not let anyone else get you off track. You understand? Because when GPS is removed, there's going to be outside influences. Don't let that be you, because otherwise a motion to revoke could be filed, and what you're on probation for, you know the range of punishment, up to life in prison. Don't be that person. You understand? All right, so Ms. Abrams, on this, I'll allow removal of GPS.
Thank you, Judge.
All righty? All right, and thank you for dressing appropriately for court. I like that outfit. All right.
Thank you, Judge.
Look at Kania saying thank you as though he had something to do with the outfit. Mr. Lavallee, did you confer with Mr. Cox on your outfit? Because he's taking credit for it. Maybe Mr. Cox, maybe he just saw you and he's like, this. Yes. I appreciate that. Mason Washington.
He's in the box corner.
Yes, are you ready to proceed on this? Yes. All right, Mr. Washington, if you come down. So the new, and counsel, you're on this side.
Oh, sorry.
Good morning. Oh, no, you're in the center. It's just your client is on this side. All right, so the court is in receipt of the newly indicted case. Counsel, are you on that case as well?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so state, where are you on discovery with regards to your case?
I believe the defense requested things this morning. We provided her with one call. We're requesting another police report that might be missing. So we're in the process of trying to get all that to defense.
All right, is there any child protective services involved in this case? All right.
That's another, Your Honor, if I may, we do not have CPS records. That's one thing that I'm requesting this morning. What the state indicated was the 911.
Everyone, please whisper.
The 911 call that I have in evidence is an opening, so they're putting it on a CD for me to see if that helps. I've also asked for an additional audio files for them to check with their detective. There are emails in discovery indicating that the detective spoke to the complaining witness's parents, and I'm asking them to check with their agency to see if there's any audio files that recorded that conversation, because
All right,
sometimes.
so you need to have a seat.
Additionally, Judge, I'm requesting SAPD 2404-6370, which is the original runaway case for this complaining
All right,
witness.
so let's slow it down a little bit.
Sorry, Judge.
Everyone, for the love of all that's holy, please whisper. Whisper as though you are spies. And if somebody can hear your conversation, that will mean the end of your life. All right.
May I continue, Judge?
Bashan, everyone here, if they were a spy, it would be over for them. Everybody would hear their conversation. All right, so you need CPS records.
Yes, Your Honor.
There are some audio files that may exist based upon your review of emails.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, do you have all of the emails?
Yes, Your Honor, they're in discovery and I can forward them to the state if that would.
All
be
right, so
helpful.
what else do you need?
Your Honor, there's a runaway case for the complainant that's connected to this case as well. I've given him that SAPD report number, Your Honor, and I'm requesting the discovery in that case.
All right.
Additionally, Judge, when the detectives speak to the complaining witness's parents, they indicate another person who may have been the cause of this. His name is Joseph Cortez. So I have requested the at-large case, which is JN 2171232. The state indicated that they would upload the police report, Your Honor, but I'm requesting all of that discovery because that is going to be important when I'm cross-examining all the witnesses, Judge.
All right, so,
Your Honor, for the record, that is sealed evidence.
oh, we're not on the record, but okay.
Well, that's sealed evidence and it's not, can't be provided for discovery until the state decides if it's going to be indicted or not. It's an unindicted case,
All right, and this is
unindicted at large
on Cortez?
on the one she's referring to at the end. Yes, Your Honor.
Cortez?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so just file your motion for that. If they don't turn it over, we'll have a hearing.
Yes, Your Honor.
And state what I can tell you if the defense cannot wait for you all to decide if you're going to indict a case or not, unseal it or not. Because this may be a witness that may be exculpatory, maybe it's not, who knows? But if it's not turned over, file a motion and I'll have a hearing on it.
I will, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, is there anything else?
No, Your Honor, after our last hearing, they uploaded, body cams, Your Honor, and from the SB, from the report that the detective put together, I believe that's all the body cams available, Judge, and from my view of the evidence, I don't believe we're missing any body cams. It's just what I indicated on the record today.
All right, so we're gonna recall this for discovery. And what I'll do, counsel, if there's no objection, I'll recall it in 45 days because it may take time for the CPS records because, sir, this is how Child Protective Services work. If the state already has the CPS records in their physical possession, then it'll be quite simple to get the CPS records. But if it's not in their hands or in the prosecutor's hand who handled the CPS cases, it's going to take a while. Because if you can imagine, in Bexar County, Texas, there are a lot of Child Protective Services cases and they have to pull all of the records. And sometimes the records will be duplicates. So your attorney may end up with 2,000 pages of records, but only 1,000 of them are original, right? So I'm trying to make sure that your attorney has all of the evidence so she can represent you, all right? And not be hit with surprises, okay? So what I can tell you is I'm going to get a 45-day reset. If she has everything before that date, all she has to do is come back to court and say, I have everything, and we'll bring you back in court before the 45 days. Do you understand? All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a 45-day reset.
It'll be April 3rd. That's 44 days.
All right, we'll bring you back on April 3rd, and that's to make sure that she has all of the discovery.
One last thing, Your Honor.
Yes.
My client and I have discussed what is missing, but we are still waiting to see for an offer from the state this morning. So if I can just have a few more minutes with him.
I'm sure.
Before they take him back. Your Honor.
Yes. Ray Espinosa.
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. So, Mr. Foley, I haven't seen you since our last trial here together.
It has been a minute.
Yes. So any new vegetarian places?
Really.
See?
There's just, they don't, a little bit of.
Vegetarians?
No, I'm not, but I am.
You're
I enjoy
dabbling?
good food.
Okay,
So I love all things green.
okay.
Right? It took me a while to love Brussels sprouts, but then I just realized they were not being cooked appropriately. And I discovered once you cook them appropriately,
They're
they're
okay.
no longer healthy. You know, when you throw in the maple syrup and the bacon, it's like,
Yeah,
not healthy. But Sean, am I right?
yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, my mom would always, you know, you would have the day where you would have to have fish and you'd have the day where you would have to have cabbage. I'm from Louisiana, so you put the hot sauce on the cabbage, it's good to go.
Yeah.
But when she would do the Brussels sprouts, I'm just can't eat the baby cabbages.
Can't do it.
Oh, I can't stand them.
Well, you haven't had them with bacon and maple syrup.
Yeah, I have, I still can't. It's like every good recipe or every recipe that people have for Brussels sprouts is just some way to try to cover up the
mask,
flavor.
right, it's
Yeah,
true.
so
Well, you
Brussels-
know, it's the same thing for me with kale.
oh,
I will
God,
agree with you there.
me too.
Yes. But I will tell you, one of the best places I've had for Brussels sprouts, which they're not healthy once I've started counting calories, Cheesecake Factory, their Brussels sprouts are
Oh, they're
great.
good.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they are.
Okay,
And you're just.
All right.
And
Good to know.
also Zokas
oh, yeah.
on the Riverwalk, their
Right.
Brussels sprouts are great. All right, so today,
And now the unpleasant matter of.
yes,
Actually,
it's never unpleasant because I get a chance to see you all. All right, so today is a plea deadline date.
Yes, Your Honor.
So are you all requesting a jury trial?
well, Judge, at this point, the court might recall, I just brought you an order for additional funds for the mitigation experts. So
Yes.
they are trying to finish that up so that Mr. Foley and I can present a mitigation packet to the committee so that we can make a plea bargain offer to Jason for him to take upstairs. So what we would actually like to do is extend that plea bargain deadline if we possibly could, so that we could make that happen.
And Judge, we do have authority from our client to explore pleas, so we do think this thing.
All right. So how much time would you all be asking for?
I would say 6 weeks if possible.
Okay. All right. So, Ms. Ferguson, I'm gonna need 2 dates from you. First, I need a date for 6 weeks from now.
April 1st.
All right. Is that April's Fool's Day or is that the real date you're giving me?
It is April's Fool's.
All right. And then the next date I need is a jury trial date. How long would you all expect a jury trial to last?
I'm gonna say, I don't know, Jason, what do you think? In 2 weeks?
Yeah, Judge, I mean, probably a little less than Tamor McIntyre, so probably 2.5. I mean, 1.5.
All right. So I've been in trial with Mr. Foley before.
So
Which is, there is a
So
folly
there was
factor.
Not that many videos, but I mean, if
There is a
So-
folly factor. I will agree with that.
Which I'm fine with, but I just want us to be prepared. All right. Because if there is, I just need to be prepared because I was in trial with Mr. Foley and I actually enjoyed, because both attorneys were very well prepared. But it was a trial where the next thing I know, I said, how long have we been in trial? Has this been 2 weeks? And Deputy Lawrence like, Judge, we've been in trial for a month.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so
But you're gonna say 3 days.
no, it was longer than a month. Like, oh my gosh. So
And that was on an ag assault.
no, that was a murder case.
Remember? The murder was the other kid.
Mhm.
The capital murder was the other kid. This was the ag assault. From the second kid. Remember, because they brought the victim in and put him on the. Oh, no, I'm sorry. No, you're right. It's Brianna.
I was like, yeah, he's challenging my memory.
Yeah, right.
Not happening.
Like Ingrid Bergman, is this gaslight?
I tried
Are you trying to
those-
gaslight me?
Tried those two back to back, Judge, remember?
Yeah. All right, so what date?
I think they're pondering here.
All right. And there's gonna be a gap of time because we have capital murders and murders that are already set.
that's.
Well, the beginning of November is an official holiday.
Oh,
What?
I know that, Judge.
That's what a Scorpio say. Oh, but
Like
I'll be
12th
here.
through the 21st.
Yeah, but November 11th is a holiday, Judge, for Veterans Day.
Yes.
I mean,
y'all pick on the 10th, on a Monday.
And I will tell you, I always tell jurors, don't wave the flag and then not want to serve on jury duty because only 2 things are asked for you: pay your taxes and serve on jury once in a blue moon. So what are you all saying? Do jury selection on when?
The 10th, Monday, the 10th, and then
All right.
start the 12th because the 11th is a holiday.
All right, is that going to interfere with people's Thanksgiving plans?
The Thanksgiving should
It
be,
possibly could.
That's a good point. But if.
Well, that is a good
Down,
point.
it puts
No,
us
we're
in
gonna
December.
move with a purpose. So let's do that jury selection then on, if the holiday is on November 11th, do people usually take that Monday off to travel?
They do. I try to.
All right, then this is what we can do. We can either do jury selection on the 10th or we can do jury selection on Wednesday, the 12th. And if we do it on Wednesday, the 12th, we'll start in the morning and everybody has all day for jury selection. And state, I won't expect testimony on that day. It would just be for jury selection.
That'd be fine to stay, Judge.
I think that's probably best, Judge.
All right, so November 12th.
November 12th, Wednesday.
And then if I end up with my mom for Thanksgiving, Angelini will finish you up.
What a treat and a treasure.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
What a treat and a treasure.
Or either I have my mom come down. Mom, can you come down? All right, so November 12th.
Okay.
And then if my mom comes down, she'll say, no more objections, that's my baby. All
Get
right.
this show on the road.
Yes, so this is what is happening, so you can understand. So everyone is going to be back here on November 1st. Your counsel will.
April
have-
1st.
April 1st. Why did I say November 1st? April 1st. Your counsel will provide whatever mitigation they want the state to review to see if there's an agreement that can be reached. State, if you need time to look that over, there may be another date before your November 12th date if they need more time. But November 12th, because of everything that's going on with discovery and so many moving parts, that's going to be your jury trial date and your plea deadline date. Do you understand? Do you have any questions about anything? All right, anything else from either side?
No, Judge.
All right, no more face tattoos, okay? All right,
It'll be to you.
Yes. Thank you, Judge.
you're welcome.